Good evening to you, young learners of mathematics. This evening, we shall be discussing about angles. We'll be talking about angles and polygons. Okay, we're going to be talking about angles and polygons. Angles and polygons. So these are things that you have learned before, but let me quickly have a quick recap about some properties of angles that is expected of you students to get familiarized with or to have been familiarized with. You know that when we talk about angles, angle is that point where two lines meet. And there are so many different types of angle. We have our right angle. That is the type of angle in which they sum up to 90 degree. That is called your right angle. So if you have something like this, and they call this place A, they tag this place 30 degrees. Angles are measured in degrees. So, and they ask you to find A. They ask you to find A. What are you to do? Don't forget that the sum of angle around here is 90 degrees. A perfect L shape that gives it 90 degrees. So that is A plus 30 degree. Everything will sum up to 90 because it's an angle in a right angle. So this has brought you to a straight line equation, and you can collect your like terms. You can bring your 30 here so that we have A equals 90 degree minus 30 degrees. A equals 90 degrees minus 30 degrees, that will give us 60 degrees. So when you're asked to find A, that's the solution to A. There can also be other dimensions the questions can be asked. Let's say example 2, you can be given something like this. You can be given something like this, x, and you have 2x. And they ask you to find the value of x and 2x. Don't forget that this is also a right angle. Anytime you can connect the lines and it gives you a perfect L shape, the sum of angle there is 90 degree. So that means that if you have add everything under that place, x plus 2x degree, everything will equate to 90 degree because it's a sum of angle in a right angle. Now x plus 2x, that will give us 3x. The reason why we can add this together is because they both have terms in x. So x plus 2x will give us 3x degrees equals 90 degrees. This one is also like a straight line equation. What they are saying is that 3 times what will give you 90 degrees. So in this case, you divide both sides by 30. You divide both sides by 3 rather, by 3. So that we have 3 multiplied by x over 3 equals 90 degrees over 3. 3 cancel 3. So when 3 divides 90, x is 30 degrees. They ask us to find x and 2x. If x is 30, what is the value of 2x? So 2x means 2x degree means 2 multiplied by x degrees, and that is 2 times 30 degrees, and that will give us 60 degrees. So the angles under that angle is 30 and 60. And when you look at 30 plus 60, that will give you 90 degrees, which is the sum of angle in a right angle in a right angle. Okay, let's quickly move on to angle on a straight line. Angle on a straight line. Angle on a straight line. So our straight line can be a vertical, this is a vertical line, or it can be an horizontal line, a slipping line. So it can be a vertical or horizontal. Now, the sum of angle in any straight line is 180. Let's say you have this straight line and you have A, you have B here. Once you can connect all the lines together and you have the shape of a semicircle, that is a straight line. So we can have it in an horizontal or a vertical. Once you can connect the dots and it gives you the shape of a semicircle, the sum of angle there is 180 degrees. That means that A degree plus A degree plus B degree will give us 180. Sum of angle on a straight line. Sum of angles on a straight line. The sum of angle on a straight line is 180 degree. Are we together? So if you are given an instance, maybe something like this, you have this, um, maybe A, they call this place A, they call this place 60, and the question requires you to find A. Connect the lines together, it gives you the shape of a semicircle, and that is a straight line. That means that the sum of angle there is 180. That means A plus 60 degrees will give us 180. Reason being that sum of angle on a straight line is 180. This is like a straight line equation that we have been familiar with. Collect alike terms, those things that look alike. So our A will be 180 degree minus 60 degrees. So A will give us 120 degrees. So the missing letter there, the value of A is 120 degrees. Let us see another example, still under a straight line. We can have something like this. Let's say we have A, we have 2A, and then we have 30 degrees. And they ask us to find A, and we should also find 2A. So what do we do? Connect all the lines together and see what shape it gives you. When you connect from the starting point to the last point, it gives you the shape of a semicircle, and that is when you that means when we add everything under the semicircle, A plus 2A degrees plus 30 degrees, everything will give us 180 degrees because it is sum of angle in on a straight line. Now those things that look alike, you add them together. A plus 2A, they both have A, you collect them, that will be 3A degrees plus 30. You cannot add 30 to it because 30 is ordinary number. So we later collect like terms. When you collect like terms, 30 can go and meet 180 because they are ordinary numbers. So 3A equals 180 degree minus 30 degrees. 3A will give us 180 minus 30, that's 150 degrees. And this is also a straight line equation. They are saying that what will you multiply by 8 to give you 350? When you have a multiplication problem, you get rid of it by division. So you say divide both sides, divide both sides by 3, which is the coefficient of A. So we have 3 times A over 3 equals 150 over 3. 3 cancels 3. So our A will now be 150 degrees over 3. A equals 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 5, 0. A will now be 50 degrees. And I think the question requires that we'll find A and 2A. Now, if A is 50, what is the value of 2A? 2A means 2 multiplied by A, so that is 2 multiplied by 50 degrees, and that will give us 100 degrees. Are we together? Okay, the last on the list of angles that we want to look at is angle at a point. angle at a point, sum of angles at a point, sum of angles at a point, where everything connects together at a point, something like this. We have A, we have B, we have C, we have D, we have E, and we have F. If I connect everything together, it gives me the shape of a circle. That means that A degree plus B degrees plus C degrees plus D degrees plus E plus F, everything must amount to 360 degrees because sum of angle at a point is 360. Now, how do we apply this to solve our day-to-day problems? Let's say you have a question that looks like this, and they tag this, they call this place 120 degrees, and they ask you to find the value of A here. So, if you connect all the dots together, you will see that it gives you the shape of a circle. So that gives us an idea of where we are going, that this is sum of angle at a point. Now you discover that no angle was mentioned here. In mathematics, the moment they draw a perfect L shape without anybody telling you, know that the value there is 90 degrees. So we have A plus 90 degrees plus 120 degrees. Everything will amount to what? 360 degrees because it is sum of angle at a point. Okay? So when I add that together, A plus 90 plus 120, that's 210. 210 degree equals 360. This has also turned to a straight line equation. Collect alike terms, those things that look alike, number to number. So A degree equals 360 degrees minus 210 degrees. And the value of A there is going to give us 150 degrees. I hope that is clear. So it's just a simple thing. If you understood this, before we move on to our polygons properly, I would want you to put your pen to paper and do this. Put your pen to paper and do this. Are we together? So put your pen to paper and do this. Okay, the very first one, we have this. We have this. This is B and this is 70. They ask us to find B. Okay, number two, we have something like this. Um, we have X and we have 4x degrees. So the question requires that we should find X and we should also find 4x degrees. Okay, let us look at number three. Number three, we have something like this. A degrees, 12 degrees, and 78 degrees. They ask us to find A. Let us find A. And the last, number four, we have something like this. Okay, we have 20 degrees, we have 80, we have 110, and the question requires us to find F. So let us find F in that instance. Let us find F. So I await your answers in the comment section. Bye for now.